What's up? Second channel. I don't exactly know what this is going to be yet. That first video was a little, a little much. I don't know if this is just going to be a pet project or what this is supposed to be. I am a YouTuber on my other channel, which I don't think I'm going to share this to the other one. I mean, there's no real reason to. This is like unedited, like no thumbnail, like random garbage out of just depression posting. Um, yeah. Uh, so, I don't know. I don't know exactly where this channel is going to go. I think the first thing is that was a wild first video. Also, I can't believe I posted that. I recorded that probably like a month before this one, and then I posted it probably a really low point, which I get to a lot. I get to a lot of low points, and then I go kind of like manic, and then we're up, and we're up, and we're up, and then we are crashing back down. Um, it's a very interesting juxtaposition. I write a lot. I write a lot of poetry. The sadder I get, the more I write. It's a weird situation because you can actually see like my mental state like deteriorating at certain points of my life, especially within like the last, I don't know, like 10 months. Um, it just, you can keep seeing it go down. You can see like days where it gets a little better and days where it gets significantly worse. Um, Days where I'm kind of glad to be the way I am and I'm proud of it in a weird, like sadistic way. And you got days where it just gets uh, like real depression. Like, why can't I be a normal person? Type of situation. Um, it's like I'm blind almost. I don't know if you guys have ever read the book like The Rainbow Goblins. It's a really good book. Check it out. In that book, there's like a bunch of rainbow goblins, and their whole thing is they drink the color that they are the color of, and they kind of like destroy the land. And so eventually, the flowers like lead them into like a little valley and drown them in their colors, right? Because that's kind of the, well, I mean, my interpretation of it is, if that's like an emotional spectrum, like any kind of excess of that is gonna like destroy you. But in the caves, with the power vacuum of the Rainbow Goblins gone, there's like these like weird little deformed white goblins, and those guys just wanted everything, and they just started destroying everything because the Rainbow Goblins were bad, but the guys who came after was worse. Um, I think like one of my main issues is like if everybody has like a color palette, I'm probably missing like two of those colors maybe. And it just like greatly alienates me from like society. Makes me kind of blind, I guess, to the experiences that most people have. So it'd be like if you can hear about like the things people experience, and you can see like the way like society is set up, um, and then like some of the emotions that you feel like you should have or you should have had, you just don't have. It's like, well, shit. It's like, what do I do? Um, what do you do? I actually have no idea. I don't know. Um, to some extent, it's like, oh, like go to therapy, like try to work on it. Um, but to some extent, like it'd be kind of cool to go to therapy and like open up somebody's jaws and puke all that I am into them. Because I suppose like nobody has ever gotten like the whole 100% picture, but knowing that I could just pay somebody to just listen to everything would be kind of cool. At the same token, um, it's only when I'm really sad that I don't want to be the way I am, which is quite often. I'm quite often really sad, to be fair. But when I'm like manic, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I can just go through and do stuff and not struggle. Like I became a YouTuber on my main channel from like abject poverty. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm not like rich, but like, I pay my bills, and I think people literally actually murder people to be a YouTuber. So quite, I wouldn't say lucky. I would say I knew what I was doing, and I managed to monetize it with a plan that I made beforehand. Again, not rich, but like, I do okay. But I don't know if I would have been able to do that had I not been the way I am. So to some extent, like I really like the way I am. So I'm stuck in like this like cycle where like I go up and I'm like, oh, this is awesome, and I go back down. I'm like, damn, I need to change. But like as I start to get the motivation to change, I start coming back up, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm like, I'm good. This is solid. I mean, I'm not like good. I'm not a good person. Um, but I'm good as in I would rather just thug it out being myself than like bend or fold in any way, which is extraordinarily dumb. I should definitely go get help. Yeah, most certainly. But it's just too. It is so nice to be able to go through life in the way I do. It's just less fulfilling. So I would say like if you have like a full emotional spectrum, you're gonna struggle a lot more. Everything is gonna matter and hurt a lot more. But at the same time, your end goal is gonna be so fulfilling. Like it really isn't about the goal. Like when you have like a dream, it's not about your dream and completing that. It's about the trials and tribulations along the way. Um, like if you dropped like two people in the ocean and you told one person tread water for 48 hours and we'll save you, the dude might actually tread water for 48 hours, maybe, right? But if you drop somebody in the ocean, you tell him nothing and leave, dude's probably gonna drown in like one or two. Like that's just it. Um, but it's the guy who gets dropped in the ocean, has no idea if he's gonna make it, and treads the 48 hours, right? Those are the type of people that make it out the other side. Um, but I always know where the end of the tunnel is. I already know where the light is. I know that if I do enough of X, I will get Y. And it's not like life is super easy. It's that maybe it's predictable. Maybe the long term predictive power is like too much, and I feel like alienated by what should be like the chaos of life. Um, I truly I have no idea um, how to want to get better. I don't know, because like sometimes even when I get at my saddest, sometimes I want to go to therapy because I feel um, I feel bad that I keep getting alienated from people and that people don't like me. And that is why I want to get better, is because I want the approval of people in like a narcissistic way. And then I'm like, oh, I should improve so people will like me. Um, but if I just get sad and nobody has done anything to me, I'm just sad. Um, I mean, sometimes like I have a desire to like be normal, so perhaps it could be more fulfilling. But the same token, like I love being me. Like if I was normal, would I just want to be normal? Or would I want to be who I am now? It's ironic, right? Because like I suppose a lot of people would want the ability to like turn off their emotions like a faucet and just like keep keep chugging along until they reach the end goal. Um, it's just crazy because people will tell me that people out like some of the most emotional, like good-hearted people that are just like struggling through life. I think that's like raw humanity. That's about as beautiful as it can possibly get. It's like a painting of what it's like to live. Um, and they'll be like, man, I wish I could. I wish I could just shut off everything like you. And to some extent, like I mean, I feel some emotions and not like completely like cold. But I don't feel all of them. And I try to tell them that you take for granted the things you have. Just because you see horrors doesn't mean you want to be blind. Just because you hear the screams doesn't mean you want to be deaf. I don't know. We've seen so many things, and you know the beauty of autumn leaves, the chill of wind against our skin. You know, to some extent, like everything is beautiful. Everything has value. Um, and if you have your full set of emotions, everything has value, but you can prioritize that value. For me, everything is beautiful. Every walk, I've walked the same streets like thousands of times. Um, every walk, every run, every leaf, every dog, every interaction, everything has beauty. But when everything has beauty, nothing can be ranked. Um, nothing can be prioritized. So if me hitting like a large milestone is going to have the same beauty as an autumn, is going to have the same beauty as an autumn leaf, how can I do anything? I've only had like my own self fulfillment maybe happen 2 times ever. I think that's when I hit Masters in Season 8 of League of Legends. I think I almost cried. And when I finished the ending of one of my poetry compendiums, which maybe I'll publish. I think so. I think I will, just because it's something I'd like to do before I like die. Um, just to see, maybe it's a good idea. Um, Worst case scenario, it's not. I mean, I don't know. I'm already a YouTuber. I can't really get any more degenerate than that. Anyway, ramblings. Cool. See you guys later. Maybe.